Hey guys, what's going on? It's Edwin back one last time this week with my final comic book review of the week. What we have here is called Zombies the Curse by Zenescope Comics. Oh man, what shall I say about this book? Oh my god. Okay, I went into purchasing this book with an open mind. You know, it's an independent title. I always try to support the little man and give them a chance. You guys know how I am by now. It's a number one. I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to check it out. Before I get to my grade and before I get to the good about it, well, before I get to my grade, this is what I'm going to say about it. The story is written, actually, there's 4 people that come up with the story. There's a totally different person that's a writer. So you basically have 5 people involved with the content that's involved of this book. The artist is Oscar Celestina. I don't know. I just butchered it. Sorry. The story. The story is good. I'm going to start out with that. The story is actually nice. It's different. I like it. What it has to do is it has to do with this black guy who used to be he was a slave on a plantation in Louisiana. It's kind of funny because I'm thinking like you were a slave like how many hundreds of years ago and you're alive now wearing a wife beater and jeans in modern times. So I don't know. I don't know. They really didn't go into yet. They really didn't go yet into how he lived so long. So yeah, but it shows his history. You see these flashbacks of him being a slave for this slave owner, and he's working for him, and he gets himself into a lot of trouble because him and the slave owner's daughter, they have this romantic relationship with each other. And it's crazy because she actually hides in the weeds waiting for her dad to leave so that she can talk to her slave boyfriend. So they're both kind of putting their necks out on the line for this relationship. So the slave owner finds out about it, and he just assumes immediately that the slave is deceiving his daughter with witchcraft or something like that, because he kind of references to something like, I know what you people do, I know what you guys can do, blah blah blah. So you know, that was kind of weird. But what happens is that because their relationship is basically out there on Front Street now, it's been exposed, they both start running, and the slave owner tries to go after him, and he even tells the other slaves like, you know, stop him, get him, blah blah blah. And I guess a couple of them attempt to do so. And the slave guy, and forgive me, you guys, I don't even know what the main character's name is. I really apologize. I just really didn't care that much for this book after I read it. And I'll explain why in just a second. But anyways, they're running. You know, even some other slaves try to stop them, and the main character's like beating him up and taking off because he gets his hand on a whip. And so the slave owner goes back to his mansion, and he has other slaves that have different types of gifts that are under his command. And one of them is kind of like this witch doctor or, you know, sorcerer or whatever. And he tells him, he's like, send them after them, stop them from running, stop them from escaping. And the guy, the warlock or whatever, he's like, even after your daughter? And the slave owner's like, I don't have a daughter anymore. It's only a slave and his whore. So I'm like, this dude is just pretty mean, man. You know, just off your own daughter like that. You know, but whatever. I mean, that's, yeah. So basically, what happens is this warlock sorcerer guy. You know, his eyes start to power up, and you just see him start to do his power, and he causes whatever dead people are in the ground to start to come up. And that's kind of the premise of the story, and that's where we kind of pick up here as far as the cover is concerned. We see that these zombies come up out of the ground and try to stop the slave and the slave owner's daughter, and that's kind of where it's left off. All that being said, the artwork wasn't the greatest. I really didn't care much for the artwork. I really think that as far as an independent title is concerned, if you're going to go through this much work and effort to put out, to publish a comic book, I think that you really need to try to get the best artists as possible. Because number one, you're an independent title. Number two, art means a lot. That's obviously half, if not 3/4 of the reasons why a lot of people buy comic books, because of the artwork. And I mean, even if you can't afford it, I mean, there's artists out there that want to be noticed. I feel like the artwork was maybe done by like a friend of one of the creators of the story or something like that, was just convinced that the guy was an awesome drawer, artist, and put him on this title. The artwork really wasn't that great. I mean, honestly, I give it like a 3 out of 5 as far as the artwork is concerned by itself. Number two, the cover price is $3.99. You're charging $3.99 for an independent title. Not that big of a deal, but your artwork needs to be good. Your story needs to be good. The story was good. The artwork was not the greatest. Number three, now this is where we boil down. This is kind of what got me as far as this comic book, why I really didn't like this comic book that much. The artwork wasn't the greatest. Cover price was as high as you can go. It was only a 20-page comic. Everybody knows all comic books now are 22 pages. So your artwork sucks. You're charging me a high price for the comic book, and you're not even giving me the most for my money. It's only 20 pages. You just shorted me 2 pages. And on top of that, there's 12 pages of ads at the back of this book and throughout this book. So I got a 32-page comic, and over 1/3 of it is nothing but ads. And you shorted me 2 pages. And your art sucks. And your price is high. So, you know, the story is kind of what saved it a little bit, but I won't be picking this book up. I will not be continuing, and it's only a 3-issue story, but I'm not going to be picking it up. And I don't recommend that you guys pick it up, and I'm not going to encourage you to pick it up. Don't pick up this book. Yeah, save your money, you know, maybe try, give somebody else a chance, but this, I'm just really disappointed. This comic gets a 2.5, and I think that 2.5 is being pretty nice. Like I said, the story saved it. 2.5 out of 5. Let me know what you guys think. If anybody out there read it, which I really doubt, if anybody out there read it, let me know what you thought about it. I am actually very interested in that. I want to know what you thought about it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, whatever. Keep God first in your life. Enjoy your comic books, though, you guys. And God bless you. I'm out of here.